Kevin, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're on. Do you want it?
So good evening everybody. I know you're probably all absolutely knackered and want to go home, but when I arrived here I was a bit uncertain because of the fact that the other day I broke my glasses and I was taking my jumper off and my glasses snapped. So these glasses that I've got here are about 10 years old and I can hardly see with them. So I'm doing my best. But when I came in, I thought that Joseph Cardijn was standing out here. And then it was Race Matthews, but he looks very much like Joseph Cardijn with his glasses. I thought, oh, I nearly came to attention, so yeah. And I haven't seen a lot of the people in this room for a long time. I've really enjoyed catching up to people. For example, the young Christian students. It's good to see the young Christian students. One, I kind of got a bit of post-traumatic stress though when I saw them because they invited me to one of their weekends one day and I didn't get any sleep. It was about 10 years ago, I had no sleep. They kept me awake all night. I was trying to sleep, they were talking, and I thought to myself, are they talking about Jesus perhaps? No. They were talking about the bacon and egg McMuffins from McDonald's all night. Okay. When I joined the Young Christian Workers, I was 18 years of age and Father Hugh Sullivan was the chaplain. And I was very keen to hear what John Bonnis was saying about Father Huey. And I still remember my first review. I would like to stand out in front of you and say that I am a guru. I'm a model of the Josephs, but unfortunately I'm not. And I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I'm still hanging in there, I'm still trying my best. But when I was 18, I thought that I would give my first review. And Father Hugh Sullivan was leaning forwards. Now I know some people call it review, you blokes might call it facts of action or something like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I said to the group, I work at a shop and there's a lady at the shop and she's about 19 and she asked me, I'm the storeman, she asked me, the storeman, to go with her to the bank because of the fact that she needed to take the money to the bank. Judge, it's not part of my job description, I am the storeman. Act, I said to her, I am not going to the bank with you because of the fact that it's not my job description. You will not, I will not be part of the exploited masses. Father Hugh Sullivan, I could see him looking down at the ground like this, and I was waiting for the response for my action. The response from the president was, you are a dickhead. Oh, okay, I made a mistake here. Yes, you have judged it wrong. They asked me some questions, I realised my mistake, and my action was to go and apologise to the young lady the next day, and from then on to start escorting her to the bank. My formation had begun. I don't really know why I'm out here talking to you, because I'm the worst speaker ever. And I'll tell you about what happened to my first YCW talk. I was 19 now. I had no idea. Some guy, Michael Campbell, came up to me and said, I want you to give a talk on the task of education. That's it. No help, no do before, do with, do after, no document for me to read. I didn't know. There was a document written in 1975 called The Task of Education. So guess what? I winged it. I got out the front, I talked about my formation, how I was able to express myself, how people would ask me questions and I had to kind of justify my answers, how I did stuff, how I was part of a team. And then I made my big, stupid mistake. Because up to now, it was going really good. This is what I said. I said, we are workers, we are members of the working class. Everybody was nodding, and then I made the big blue. There are no Nancy boys or pufters in the YCW. And all the blokes were going, oh yeah. And all of the priests and Father Huey and the nuns were going, oh God, he's done it again. I thought it was alright. I thought it was fine. A Catholic audience, I thought it was alright. I was 19 years of age. I was a bit gung-ho. This nun took me out the back. She said, "Mark, with me." I went out the back. She gave me an absolute bollocking. All about equality, all about the dignity of the human person, all about appropriate language, all the rest of it. I stood out the back and got a bollocking. What am I saying by all this? Young workers, football players, tradies, soldiers, you don't have to treat young workers with kid gloves. My president told me I was a dickhead because I was. That nun took me out the back and gave me a good bollocking because I deserved it. And guess what? I redeemed myself. Because about 20 years later, this lesbian lady came and saw me, and she said, "We've got a big problem with police officers in Adelaide not listening to gay people when they get assaulted. Homophobic assaults." I thought, all right, this is my time to redeem myself. So we made a documentary all about the law, assaults, the gay community, and it was absolutely superb. The gay people loved me, except that the Deputy Commissioner, who was a good Catholic, who's the brother of Bishop Hurley, saw me and he said, "Sergeant Ager?" I said, "Yes, sir, come here." I walked over. So he said, "What's this about you being involved with the gay community?" I said, "I made a film because of homophobic assaults." He said, "Ah, are you gay?" I said, "No, I'm not gay." He said, "Good. Don't be gay." I said, "All right, all right, I won't be gay. No problem." Later on, I started being involved in the mentoring of the young Christian workers, Australia YCW, and I got involved in some huge collective actions that they were doing. I think the Australian young Christian workers brought down work cover. You might say, "Yeah, this is my theory, academics, this is my theory." I can't justify it because I'm not academic, I'm a practitioner. The young Christian workers did the first analysis using See, Judge and Act on work cover, using worker stories. What is wrong with work cover? That analysis was written up by an activist called Sarah Kane, and it was distributed to the union movements all over Australia. About 6 weeks later, the Catholic Theology College came up with another one, which was more professional. And later on, the union movement and the Labour Party did the same. They came up with their analysis. But the YCW came up with the first one. And I reckon what it did was, it showed people the way, it motivated everybody, and it led the way. I reckon we brought down the work choices. Not work cover, work choices. So, yeah, I guess I'm a YCW militant. I'm speaking to comrades here. But what shall I do? Is my formation over? I left the YCW at the age of 25. Is my mission over? I don't think so. I'm still supposed to be bringing about the kingdom of God wherever I am. I'm still supposed to be using my creative skills as a worker and as a father and as a grandfather. And I'm still supposed to be fighting injustices because I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. So do I need refreshing? I think so. Do I get rusty? I think so. How do I keep my energy up? What happens when my morale gets a bit low? You know, I look at the church, things aren't all that good. What shall I throw my faith in? Shall I rip my top open? I'm not going to be part of the church anymore? Nah. I am not defeated. I'm a member of the laity. And I get my energy because of the fact that I'm part of a Cardijn movement. We look at the stuff that's going on with homelessness, single fathers. We've got a family inquiry, and we make conferences where we get together. It's a bit tribal, but the energy rubs off from each other. I believe in the Young Christian Workers and the YCW and the Cardijn movement as a whole. Let us not be defeated. We were supposed to change the world. We haven't done it. The battle still goes on. You know all the injustice that's going on around the place. We need to rouse up, and if some of the stuff has kind of decayed and fallen apart and the movements aren't as strong as they were at one time, begin again. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Mark. The next speaker is Joe Magri from the YCW. Joe joined the YCW